All right, y'all. I ain't got a lot of sunlight here, and I'm an evening guy. I love when it's this time of the day and night. It's like dusk, or I think it's dusk, they call it, the evening time when the sun's about to go down, but it's still light. I really like this time, and I like the night, really late in the night. I'm a night guy, so I always loved the night and the moon, looking up at the moon. But yeah, anyway, y'all, anybody clicking on here for the first time, this is SBN Resonate. I was up there taking a nap in my room. I had a doctor's appointment earlier, and I woke up, and this was on my mind, I think, for like 2 days now. It kept popping up on my mind. But the thing that kept popping up on my mind, and what I'm going to talk about, I was going to take a walk, but the wind is blowing, so I know when it blows in this phone, it's irritating. But the word that keeps popping up in my mind is powerless, and I want to speak a little bit about this. I'm not going to make the video long, because I really do think I'm making my videos way too long, and I know that really can bore people to death. I know how it is. But anyway, I want to explain something just for me. This is just for my personal stuff. I realize that I really don't have power over anything. And you know what? That's not a bad thing, not having power over stuff. I don't have any power or control over my body and what my body does, or if I walk and I go take a walk and I get hit by a car, or a meteorite comes from the sky and shoots right through my body or my head, or I'm driving and I hit a car. Or the other thing I wanted to bring up, I don't know if a lot of us understand this, but if there really is a God that created all this and knows who we are, I'm just saying, if there is a God, and if Jesus really is the one true God that we're all going to be, have to bow down to, every man shall bow down on his knees to the Lord Jesus Christ. Now listen, if this is a reality, I have no problem bowing down, and I know a lot of you might take this wrong, but why do I need power? Why do I need to be in control of everything? The only thing that I want control over is my actions. I don't want control over my body and the things that I don't have control over. You see, it's kind of hard. It's kind of like it's kind of like a paradoxical situation. I can't really explain it. Like some people say, I'm not bowing down to another person. I'm not giving up. And what I say is, I say, give up. My teaching is completely different. I tell people to give up. I tell people to stop trying. When I say don't try and just do, and I already said this before, all I'm saying is quit fighting against the grain and just let things be the way they are. Because my whole life I have been fighting these issues in my life that I never had any power over. I never had any power over them at all. And I don't know why I was so desperately seeking to have power over these situations, like having power over a girlfriend and having power. This is just me giving an example. I never even, I've been with girls for maybe a week or something. It just never worked out. I don't know why, but it just never worked out for me. And don't get me wrong, I'm a man. I like the affection and the touch of a woman and stuff, but it never happened. But that's not what I'm talking about in this. We all want this control and this. And what I notice is the people that get easily offended at things you say, it seems like these people, they can't let go of control, you see? And that's why they get offended. Because when you say something to them that, like if you say something and they go, what? What did you say to me? Like, something like that. They can't let down their control over the situation. They think somebody's going to go over top of them and feel as though they are better than them or something like that. I can't put it in clear terms all the time, but this is why people that get so easily offended, it's all a control and a power thing. And see, it's very, very hard for me to get offended by anything because I don't want control. I don't want power. All I want and need is control over my own actions as a person so that I'm not a robot. So that was something on my mind. I just figured, listen, whatever pops up on my mind when I wake up or anything, that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm just going to talk about whatever's on my mind because, listen, I can talk to y'all for hours on here, and I was thinking about going live. Some guy, I'm not going to say his name. I don't know if he would want me to say his name. Maybe he would. But he told me how to go live without 1,000 subscribers. I might try it because I want to start communicating with people a little more, because maybe you can have a better understanding of certain things that you might not have an understanding of. But listen, I have to be really, 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 this is going to be a hard pill to swallow, what I'm about to tell y'all here. And it might sound some way to you, but don't take it to heart, you see. But listen, I would say get to a certain point of understanding that you are only a human being, that any day you can go, that you really have no power over anything that happens. And if there is a God, then don't you think that God got you? If God made all this, if God did this and God ordained this, why would God make something to put it in a place of torment forever, or make it knowing that it was going to do these bad things? And see, I can't go for that. I can't go for that. That's why I tell you why I don't believe in things, And people get very offended when you start talking about beliefs. And I'm telling you, you don't need beliefs. Do you honestly really think that there is a God? Listen, when we say worship, be thankful for the small things. Maybe help another person. Just buy them a drink from the store. You know what I'm saying? Like, Just do the littlest thing. Throw some bread to the birds. It's like, that is a way, if there is a God, of worshiping God, because you're doing something to help someone or yourself. You know, it's like, I don't know. It's just this day and age, there are times that we have to be cold. And you may not understand when I say that. Like, there's times that we have to be cold in certain situations. And there's times where you need to show affection to someone and things like that. It's always the left and right. It's always the contradiction, you know. And this is the last thing I will tell you to understand. Understand contradictions. Contradictions. I had a phase where I was thinking of the word contradiction for years and years. And I can't explain what it did. It helped me to stop judging everything and to stop pointing the finger and looking at someone like they're more than or less than me, like I'm looking down or looking up upon someone. No, I'm level with everything because we're basically all the same. We just have different personalities. We do different things in life. You see, when you see everything as a contradiction, and you realize that you really don't have control over anything that happens, you stop judging everything and you stop looking towards everyone else. You start reflecting on yourself. You see, you start looking in your own mirror at yourself and you start doing something for you. And that's what each individual person has to do for themselves. This doesn't come down to a group thing that's going to do this for you. The group is never going to do this for you. Your family's never going to do this. No other people can do this for you. Bring you to this realization. And listen, I'm going to end the video here. I said about those things. Understand those things. And if I was you, I wouldn't dig too much deeper into this, because let me tell you why. There is a saying, with more knowledge comes more sorrow. That is definitely true. The more knowledge and the more wisdom that you gain, you're going to realize that yes, in the end, this is all pointless and meaningless. But it's a paradox. But then you're more thankful for the smaller things and the time that you have here. And if there is a God, then you see God totally different, in a totally different lens. It's not this religious God that's in the sky pointing the finger and judging you. You see what I mean? You don't look at God like that no more. You don't look at God like a judgeful God. You look at God like, damn, God made that apple on that tree. You know, if God really is there, you know, there's nothing wrong with saying if, you know, like, damn, God made that tree. God made humans to build these cars. God made us to do all these things, grow food and plant seeds and sing and play musical instruments, and there's so much, you know, make a loaf of bread. Like, how do we know how to do this shit? And I know a lot of you probably don't believe in God at all, or you don't think there's a God. And listen, this has nothing to do with believing or any of that stuff that everybody keeps cramming in your head. It just really, I think it comes down to just being thankful for the small things. Just remember to be thankful even when you're messed up. And I know when you're messed up, you don't want to be thankful for anything. I know, because there was a lady that pounded this on me for weeks when I was in this place about writing down 10 things you're grateful for. And I was totally disgusted by this lady because she kept telling me this. And finally, I wrote down a couple things, and I think I started crying when I did this. I think I did, because I was so damn ungrateful. I was an ungrateful little bitch. That's what I was. And that's one thing. I'm done. I'm cutting the video here. Thanks for watching. But here's the last thing. If any of you do not journal, if you do not write in some kind of notebook, I'm going to talk about this more too. I would highly recommend, it doesn't matter what you're thinking. It don't matter what, it doesn't matter if you're having the shittiest of shitty days. It doesn't matter if you're having the best of best days. Write your thoughts down on a piece of paper. Get a notebook and write what you're thinking on the paper. And whatever you want to do or you're struggling with and you want to get past, I had to start out writing stuff like, I don't know, I write so much stuff, but I think I started out writing things just declaring that I'm going to be the best at what I do. I'm going to be the best at my art. You know, I'm going to do the videos that I do to show people that you can actually do something different. You know, I didn't write this exactly, you know what I'm saying. I'm just telling you, I have notebooks full of me just writing down stuff and declaring that I'm gonna be that thing, or just anything that's on my mind, anything. You know, I'm not really good at when I'm on the spot trying to think of stuff that I did before, because I don't have a really good memory. In some ways I do, some ways I don't. But I'm telling you, you start doing this, and at first, it's not going to feel right. It's not going to feel right. Because for me, it didn't feel right. Nothing feels right at first, because you're not used to doing it. But as I kept doing it, and doing it, and doing it, something started happening. I started to get out of myself more. And I know I tell y'all on here, it's all a part of the contradiction. It's all a part of the hypocrisy. It's all a part of everything. See, I tell you that it helped me to do certain things, but yet I'm on here telling you how bad of a day I'm having and what I'm going through. So you see what I'm saying? It's the steady contradiction. It's kind of like, get comfortable with doing what you don't want to do and get comfortable doing what you do. I don't know. I can't really always explain it in the terms that I'm trying to explain it, but that's just a recommendation for everyone, is to get a notebook and start writing stuff down, because someone had to tell me this. See, this is why I'm telling you, because someone had to tell me these things. And that's all I want to do, is pass the torch and give it to someone else. That's it, you know? So I'll leave y'all with that. I'm gonna take a little walk here. I was gonna walk, but the wind's blowing a little bit. I don't know if it's blowing in the phone, but I don't want to make my videos past 20 minutes. It's 20 minutes now because my phone has trouble uploading videos. It takes hours. So I'm gonna go up here and upload this video. I will talk with y'all. SBN Resonate, the SBN Lifestyle. Thanks for watching. Later on.